thought that even for some of us who have been going down this road in the past 4 or 5 years, I, for example, like to document our global flora and small fauna. So I've been doing this for at least 4.5 years now, and more so during COVID time, because it's easy for me to come up to the reserve forest that we have. Even so, there are people like Anand and others who have been birding down this road, and they are also unable to keep track of the number of trees that there have been. Over the past 20 years, we've been told by several birders that many of the trees have vanished without a trace. And even in the recent past, we are unable to remember certain trees. Therefore, we undertook what is called geotagging, so that in the future we know which tree is missing or not. So there were 4 to 8 or sometimes even 12 members on the road. We were doing latitude and longitude for each tree by taking photographs, 2 photographs of each tree from 2 angles, and each tree has a unique number. So almost like an Aadhaar number, each tree has been given an identity. And all of this information, we compiled it also into an Excel sheet where we have given further details of trees which have been damaged, trees which are stunted, trees which are iconic, the ones with the large prop roots. So we've got various tags being given to the trees, and we have a lot of information regarding them. So if they do vanish, we know exactly which tree. And so there was a nice incident recently where one of the trees, unfortunately, a damaged tree. Now the trees get damaged because of fire, okay, and then the dead wood is then food for termites. We don't realize it, we just go about our lives. And you will ask me why fire, but there are a lot of grasslands and grasses growing along the verges. So various people, whether it's the forest department or the people themselves who live along this stretch, or they're grazing, the shepherds and people like that, they set fire to the grasses because they will grow better later. But they don't protect the trees, so the tree is also burning. It catches fire at the base. So that not only weakens the tree, but that dead wood is then food for termites. So the termites start acting on them. And many a time, humans don't realize that, right? The tree weakens from the inside, and whenever there's, wet weather, like monsoon time, and there are gusts of wind, the tree topples. So one time, there was a tree that fell last year during the monsoons, and somebody along the road who goes to work this way actually sent a message to Sadhana saying, I think something happened, but there's a tree on the road. And we knew immediately, within about 5 minutes, we knew which tree, what number, and where it was. We knew the lat long. And we immediately, Azam Bhai, he came to check on the tree, and there were people saying, oh, it fell overnight, and it looks like a few other trees are also weak, so I think it will be removed. So we were all very upset, and we said, one has fallen, it's okay. I mean, you need to remove, clear it maybe, but you can't be, guessing and removing a few more trees. A lot of people came, visited, and we also came, Sadhana and me came later on. We knew exactly where the tree was, and we went and checked it out, and what I said was what had happened. The reason the tree fell was because it was all eaten up from the inside by termites, and we didn't know that. But then the NHAI and those sort of people will tell you that, oh, these trees are dangerous because they're old, they're weak, they're going to fall. But actually that's not the case. The reason they fall is because of our activities, because of our actions, right? If they were standing there doing their bit, none of this would happen. Every year there's a lot of firing going on under these trees. Every year. Even now if you go up to Mutimiya, you will see the fires have already started. So you'll see burnt undergrowth. Yeah? So when you don't stop the fire around the base of the tree, it harms the tree, and all these leaves they kind of dry up and drop. So it's a stress on these trees. Clearly we don't pay enough heed to our trees. We don't even consider them as a living being. we just consider them as some pillar or something, just by the road. So that's the unfortunate thing. And yesterday when we walked from Rugavani we walked all the way through Moinabad, there were no shade trees at all. Once we reached the beginning where the Banyan started, it was at least 5 degrees cooler. It felt like you're walking into an air-conditioned room, almost. And this green, these branches just enveloped us. It was amazing, absolutely, right? So this is something that we're going to do, right? And it's not only that. These leaves, I'll just give you a few facts over here. These leaves are fuzzy. If you've ever touched the banyan leaves, you'll see that they're slightly soft. So they've got hairs on them. So they're very efficient in catching particulate matter. And large old trees are the best at sequestering, which is capturing carbon dioxide to photosynthesize, as well as giving out oxygen. So those, and then of course the banyans, because of their biology, they're excellent at providing food and for creatures that eat their figs, as well as insects that come or live on this banyan tree. So the biology itself is such that the banyans produce fruit through the year in a cyclical manner, because they have what are called fig wasps that live inside them. To keep those wasps alive, it is very important for the banyan to fruit through the year. So different banyans fruit at different times, and so there's plenty of fruit always available for birds and other creatures that want the fruit. And because those wasps live inside, they move to new banyan trees when they grow into mature wasps. So the insect-eating birds, as well as other creatures, lizards, they just, this is their haven, literally. Okay, so forever you will see a lot of wildlife, at least of the flying kind, mostly along this route, because of the unique biology of the banyans. Yeah, so they are special, and which is why we thought, okay, let's at least geotag them. About what 20. Yeah. Okay. So there's a map right at the back here. So you can take a look. That's just a section. It's not the entire route. It's a section which we have enlarged and placed over there. You can see green circles with a little tree on. Yeah, dots. So there the mark. Each tree is marked over there. So we can share a link with you where you can go to the map with my maps, and you can see the entire. It's like a garland of green. You can actually see that all along the road. Yeah. So yeah. So we thought geotagging was important, and we've done it.